Hello, 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 hello. Wow, what a bomb, Marv. What a bomb. Hello, hello, and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. Today, I am happy that it's Wednesday. And today I have in the building, he goes by no other than Clark Clyburn. He's a playwright, he's a play producer, and he's here to just, keep us more involved and keep us more on the radar of his plays that he has coming out, his past plays that he has presented. And also, I want to let you guys know that I am a cast in his play. So it was my honor today, Clark, to interview you today on Shady Talk Wednesday.
Yes, thank you.
So how are you doing today, Clark?
I'm blessed, thank God. I'm very, very blessed, thank God.
Okay.
And first I want to, give honor to God for allowing me to be here and for being the head of my life. And I want to thank you for having me on your show. I know we talked about this before. Like you said, you're a cast member of my plays and other plays as well.
Right.
And, a comedian.
Right.
So give yourself a hand,
Yes,
So,
yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
And I'm proud of you, too. That's the thing that I do like. That I do love working with people that I feel like we are kind of in the same lane of doing the things that we all enjoy. I mean, each and every play that I have been in of yours, whatever character I have played, I've always enjoyed each one. So I love how the fact that even with you being a playwright, that you know how to pick and choose who to give what character to. And I've also enjoy how sometimes as the playwright, the play director, and everything else who runs the play, how sometimes you even get involved with the plays and you play a character as well.
Sure.
So I know I wanted to ask you a few questions. So before we get started, can you just tell us where were you born?
Okay. I was born in Paterson, New Jersey.
Okay, shout out to Paterson,
New
Jersey.
That's right, P-Town.
Yes.
Yeah, I was born in Paterson. When I was 6 years old, my family and we moved down south.
Okay.
We did almost 4 years in South Carolina, and then we moved down to Tennessee in the early 80s and did almost 3 years down there.
Okay.
And then in 1984, right after Thanksgiving, moved back to Paterson.
Okay.
And it's funny because at the time I didn't want to come back to Paterson because I was used to the South, you know. But I had, God saw, otherwise, so I had to come where my parents had to come. And, been back ever since.
Right. Okay. So you're actually from Tennessee. Well, you're from Paterson, New Jersey, but you moved down to Tennessee.
Exactly.
Wow. So Tennessee, do you have a big family down there?
Yeah, we do.
Most of your family?
Yeah. South Carolina and Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay. So you from the dirty South down there.
That's right. Absolutely.
So I wanted to ask you also, what would you give someone wanting to pursue their career as yours? Like what would you give someone? What would you tell them if someone wanted to get into playwriting or directing a play?
Sure.
Like, is it hard? Is it complicated? What made you, first, let me ask you, what made you want to start writing plays, performing in plays? Was it something that you watched as a little boy? Or did you always have like a little acting thing? Do you like to read? It's so many different ways and things that people come from a background that they do different things. So tell me, what was yours as far as like wanting to be a playwright or a director or things about around a play?
That's a very, very good question because people used to ask me that all the time.
Okay.
Did you go to school for this? Did you do that?
Right.
Well, when I was in high school, I was good at English. English and history were my two favorite subjects in high school.
Okay.
So I was always good with writing poetry and all of that. So it started with that.
Okay.
And then as I got a little older, I got involved in IT, which I still do.
Okay.
But I always knew that there was something else that God had for me to do.
Okay.
And sure enough, it was writing.
Right.
And I was always fascinated with television, movies, and I always used to, sit in the old Fabian theater back in the day and watch these movies. I used to be like, these movies are good, but somebody had to write that.
Right.
somebody had to create that, you know, and I would love to do that one day.
Right.
But didn't give it no more thought after that. And then I started going to this church, Serenity Baptist in Patterson. And then I started doing kids plays, you know, like Christmas plays every year. And I write it on paper, you know, present it. And I realized from there, I kind of wanted to do it, but didn't know how to go about it. You know, but then when I got married, you know, back in, you know, late 90s. And then I went to another church, you know, Grace Gospel. Under Pastor Butler. And I did a play called Black on Black Crime about social issues. Not just about street black on black crime, but the politics that go along with it. So a film director, independent film director, Minister Alvin Bush, came to the church and saw that. And said, man, that needs to be on the screen or it needs to be on stage. I said, well, how do you go about that? So he brought me down to Passaic County Community College Theater, where he had a little influence at the time because he did some stuff down there. He told them about me, and the church, Grace Gospel at the time, you know, had allowed me to use their, you know, nonprofit organization status to do my first play, Black on Black Crime, in stage in, you know, July 2007. And once I did that play and I saw the reaction of people, that was it.
Took off.
That was it.
So do you consider yourself like, with being a playwright and a play actor and, you know, just things around the play, is it about things now that's going on in the world, or
absolutely.
So is it more about that, where as though you can do more of your writing from, like, you know, things you experienced, things you've seen, you know, because I know a lot of writers sometimes, especially the way I see how you put your heart into doing your plays and having the script out and having it written, you can tell that it comes from like the heart. You can tell that it's something that you want to get out there. You want to let the people know, because, you know, I feel like sometimes when people do plays or, you know, do different things, everything doesn't have a meaning. And I feel like with your plays, for the most part, they all come with a meaning behind them. It's like you really want to present to people like what's actually going on. People can actually feel it. They cry, they laugh. I feel like you put some of all of that when it comes to your creativities, when, you know, when it comes to plays. So I like that. So I want to ask, what was one of the things you wish you known when you begin your career?
I wish I had have known how to go about it. I wished I, you know, had have picked up on it earlier in life, but then sometimes I say, well, you know, it wasn't meant for me to do those plays back then. You know? So I wish I had you know, pursued a vision at that time, gone to school for it, you know. But, you know, nevertheless, you know, I thank God, you know, that he allowed me to, you know, just take off with it and continue to do it today.
Okay. So now, what was your first play that you actually did? Your very first play, was that the one you just talked about?
Yes, that was my first stage play.
Okay, so that was your first stage. Now, when you say stage play, what other kind of play did you have?
I used to do, like church plays. I used to do the rich man and the poor people, you know, the poor people. About the rich man in the Bible, about Lazarus. You know, I would do plays like that. I did a biblical play at Grace Gospel Church. Back in 2006, 2005, called Job, the Unconditional Faith. You know, because I was fascinated with the story of Job and his faith and all that he's gone through, which half of us wouldn't even make it. You know, so that fascinated me. So, but when it came to the Black on Black crime, which I also did at church, you know, that was the one that the you know, film director, you know, independent film director Alvin Bush came and saw and said, no. You know, he kind of pushed me to bring it to stage, bring it to life, you know. So that was my first stage play, Black on Black crime.
So how do you pick your characters or your people? Do you do like interviews? Do you have like, you know, tryouts, or, you know, people come and they... what do you call it? They
casting callings.
Do you do some of them, or is it people you may know, you know, through passing, people you grew up with, people you kind of just, you know, watch or follow, and you like, ooh, they might work for the play or things like that. So that's how you kind of, you know.
Well, for me, it was more or less people I knew.
Okay.
You know, like I would say, hey, you know, are you interested in doing a play?
Okay.
You know, I can see you playing that character.
Okay.
You know, people I've come up to in churches I've gone to.
Okay.
I said, you know, you got that look.
Okay.
You know, I would love to, you know, try it out. You
Okay.
know. You know, and for the most part, it works. And then sometimes it don't always work out.
Okay.
And then sometimes people like yourself came to, you came and saw a play of mine, and you said you were interested.
Right.
So I said, okay, all right, great. You know.
Right.
So I usually give people a shot like that. You
Okay.
know? And then one time, you know, I looked up online for some actors, actresses, you know, who wanted to pursue this, and I would put a little ad out there, or I would reach out to them online.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the website at the time, and that's how I met Nicole Dukes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, that's how Nicole Dukes, that's how I know her family, you know, Jalen and all of them. You know, I reached out to her online through this website, acting website.
Okay.
You know, very seldom do I do that.
Oh, okay.
You know, because most of the time it's people that I know or people who I've acted with, you know, or people that might reach out to me and say, hey, you know,
Right.
you know, this is what I want to do.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so when you are, what would you consider, like when you write your plays, do you write, how long does it take you? Do you write one play at a time?
Sure.
You're thinking about one play to produce, and then you start thinking about another play to produce. So how do you separate that? Do you take your time on each play basically when you come up with one?
Yeah, I do. I usually work on one play at a time. But then sometimes if I get another idea,
Right.
if it keeps nagging at me,
Right.
I know that's my cue through the Holy Spirit to say, hey, you know, just take some notes down, brainstorm,
Right.
you know, leave that alone and keep working on this play.
Yeah, because I know even as far as like being in business and, you know, doing certain things, like your brain just keeps going. You know, and when it's something that you love and it's something that you enjoy doing, you're going to keep wanting to grow and grow and grow. And, you know, sometimes if you're on the outside and you don't really understand that, and, you know, people may say, oh, why are you trying to do this? You know, do so many things at one time. People don't understand that when you're trying to brand yourself, grow your brand, do different things, ideals just come up. Like I tell people all the time, even when I first started, I started with t-shirts and hoodies, or, you know, just t-shirts when I first started doing comedy in 2016. But then for some reason, my mind just expanded, you know, and I started thinking, okay, what else can I do for ladies? Because it's a ladies brand. So then I'm like dresses and leggings and this and that and pocketbooks and this and that, you know, and now I'm coming to a place where, you know, because I realize too, when you're trying to get business or your brand growing, you know, you may start off with a lot of things, then you're going to start raveling down because you're going to now know how to start putting things, you know, in a perspective. You're going to start thinking, you know, a little better, you know. But when you first start, you'll be so excited, just like I'm quite sure like you started with some actors that they're not here no more. You know, you started some are here, you know, each, you know, because when you first start, you thinking that's gonna be your flow.
That's gonna be your flow.
Right.
These are the people you're gonna use forever, but it doesn't.
Right. It
in
doesn't
reality,
work
it doesn't always work out that way.
It's always a change of brain. It's always a change of mind when you see bigger things to do, or when you learn and branding yourself, you learn that sometimes when you're growing so much mentally, you got to kind of pull back to control this, because all you want ain't gonna just fall at one time. It's a process.
Yes,
it's definitely a process. So I had read on one of your questions where I had asked you, what was your biggest failure? And I remember you saying something about you had about 20 to 30 people that showed up for you. So when you say that, what do you mean? Was that like on your first play, or when you first got started, your middle? Because how many plays have you produced now, Clark?
That's a good.
I know we have them flashing up there. We're going to try to talk about a few of them. But how many plays have you actually written and produced?
I know at least over 8 to 9 plays.
Wow.
Not including some of the short skits that I've done.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Yeah, at least over 9 plays.
Okay. So when you said, as far as like, you know, I guess the supporting thing, you know, not having that crowd, what do you mean by that? Do you think it was because of something you were doing, or you weren't able to attract people to come to the play, or did you just feel that people? Because another thing too, when you're branding yourself, it's like you got to try to catch people to be interested in what you're doing, you know, and then you got to also keep them interesting in what you're doing in order to continue to show up as well too. So I get it. I get the fight. I get the push, the pull, you know, wanting people, even when you feel like you're doing something different or you grew to another level, you trying to get people to come back and see something different. But sometimes it's hard depending on how they felt about what they first came to see, or, you know, not only in plays, just in business, you know. So I get the push, the pull, and the, you know, trying to get things glowing and growing. So what did you mean when you say as a failure about 20 or 30 people that came out to a play?
Well, you know, because I remember when Tyler Perry, who's, you know, excellent writer as well, Tyler Perry, excellent. And I remember he was saying his first play, you know, he only had maybe a handful of people come out, you know.
Wow.
You know, because a lot of monies go into this. But, you know, but when there's something in you, you love it. Because, you know, I've had people tell me, you know, man, you spend a lot of money on that? Do you make money on that?
Right.
I don't, honestly, you know, yeah, I am mindful of monies that I do spend, but when it's your passion, it's your passion.
You're going to put in.
Absolutely.
You're going to put in.
So it wasn't my first play. Well, my first play was kind of like free because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But I had wrote a play, a love story, of which I always wanted to write.
Okay.
Without just selling sex. I just wanted to write. And there's a lot of love stories out there, but I wanted to tell a love story like it is. It was called Down by the Hudson.
I think we have that. Do we have that? I think we have that flyer up Down by the Hudson.
That was my signature play at the time.
Okay.
You know, I thank God for all my plays that I've ever written and produced, but that was my signature play.
Okay.
Down by the Hudson, a love story for the soul, which you were part of.
Yeah.
You know, and when I first did it in 2011, I did it in, of course, my hometown, Patterson, Passaic County Community College Theater.
Yeah, because I wasn't in the first one.
No, you wasn't in the first one.
Okay.
So, and when we did it the first week in June of 2011.
Okay.
On a Friday.
Okay.
Maybe about, maybe 10 people came. We still performed.
Okay.
You know, we still gave the people a show. Even if one person come, you still put on the show.
You have to.
And the following week, maybe another 10, 12 people might have came. You
know?
So I felt like at that point, like, something's wrong.
Right.
Because I knew, not just because I wrote it, but I knew I had a hit on my hand, a local hit on my hand. So I said, okay, I got to reevaluate this. And again, I'm at the learning process.
Right.
So what I did was the following year, 2012, one of my cast members did a show over in New York off Broadway called the Producers Club.
Okay.
So he told me about it, and I went over there to see it, and I said, okay. So it was a small theater. It was in the theater district, Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
And the price at the time wasn't too bad.
Okay.
You know, for 10 hours.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to bring it over to New York. First time.
Okay.
2012. So I took that same play, Down by the Hudson, A Love Story for the Soul.
Okay.
The following year. So instead of doing it in June, I did it the second week in July 2012.
Okay.
You know, advertise it. That was the first thing I learned. Advertise. Advertised it. And we did excellent once we bought it over there. So I think it was a matter of timing.
Yeah.
You know, when I did it, where the timing. And I think because June is a tricky month because, you know, a lot of people get married. Yeah. There's graduations. There's proms.
Yeah.
So parents are already spending a lot of money right there in the month of June.
Right.
So I think it was just a matter of bad timing why I didn't get that many people to come out at that particular time.
Okay.
But the following year, once I did it after June, after the 4th, in New York City, there it was.
Wow. And you know what? That's the thing too. Sometimes, you know, well, not sometimes, me also too as a brander and branding myself, people don't understand, even though you do something over and over again, you're still, what can I say? How can I say it? Like, I feel like for me with my clothing brand, it's still my baby. I still haven't completely nurtured it.
Exactly.
I'm nurturing it, but I still haven't got it to the T where I actually want it at.
Sure.
So even though, you know, people think when they see you doing something over and over again or selling something over and over again, or, you know, you have to do your plays, or you may A lot of people may not come out and you do it again and you got to take it somewhere else. And you got all of that is because we are still nurturing our brand.
Absolutely.
But people will look at it like, oh, they did it already. No. Because when you're kind of, when you love what you do, you want to try to get it right. It may not be perfect, but you do want to try to get it right.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you may have to do it again.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you may have to go to another place. Sometimes, you have to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong? How do I advertise it? Because I tell people too, a lot of time, now is a big thing about social media. Oh, advertise on social media, advertise on social media. Social media is good, but social media is not, because I feel like depending on your craft or depending what you're selling, like me, some people are not on social media that's looking to connect with what you have going on.
Absolutely.
Because social media now is a big jungle.
Yeah.
So once again, a lot of things on social media that people are interested in, they're not interested in other things that we may be creating to a platform that they just may not be interested in.
Yeah.
So I still believe in that hand flyers, going out telling people, putting flyers on a car, having those things in your hand that people could read, because everybody is not on social media. And those were the things that I even had to learn as a business, as branding, learning my customers, learning who are my customers, my customer ages, that even with customers coming to shop, I had to realize, because of my customers and because of the apparel that I wear, most of my customers are middle ages. So they don't really shop a lot. They're not, they're not on social media a lot. So sometimes I have to text them and tell them, listen, this is what I got. This is what I have going on.
Sure.
So I do understand. And, especially when people think that social media is a big advertisement.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not.
Yeah.
It depends. And it's a lot of work with promoting, advertising, trying to put something out, paying for ads, things like that, especially when you feel like you are amongst people on a social media that see these things and still don't come out.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about it. But like we said, you have to go out on the outside to get it. Everybody on social media, they go through that stuff. We be up there sometimes, and some things we skip, we miss, we don't see. So I know you have a play coming up now, but before we get into that, Marv, can you put some other pictures up? I want to ask Clark about another play that we have up there. Now, what was so special about Down by the Hudson?
Well, Down by the Hudson, like I said, it was a love story that I always wanted to write. And basically, I was
I'm trying to think.
I was hanging out. I was hanging out with an ex-girlfriend of mine back in the early 2000s, and we were hanging out in Nyack, New York, and we took and where we were at, we were down by the Hudson. It was just us two down by the Hudson, the moonlight hovering over the Hudson River, and I just thought that was so serene. It just felt, the atmosphere just felt like a love story. But when I decided to write it, I wanted to write a love story, not bashing males or not bashing females, but to show, if you really want to be in love and if you really want to get to that point, sometimes you have to weather some storms to get to the love part. And that's basically what the love story was about. It was these two couples that were in previous relationships, but they were going through it. With their,
now, was that Sam? Was Sam in that play?
That was, yes, he was.
Okay, Sam and what's her name? From Orange.
She was in that play. Ronisha Hicks was in there.
She was in. Those were your two casts when I did it, right?
Well, yeah, Sam was. Yeah, exactly. Then you came along. You played the mistress.
Right. Oh my gosh.
The Kim Bee of the mistress.
You know what? That was
the Queen Bee of the mistress.
Yes. That's when I came out and I was like, "Sweet daddy, sweet daddy, don't kill my sugar daddy."
Exactly.
Oh, I enjoyed that role. I enjoyed that role.
Those were some of the storms that you had to play for these two couples to come together through Christ. For them to be together. So.
Okay, what about Trouble in Johnny House? Let's talk about that. What was that about?
I love that play too.
Yes, I love Trouble in Johnny House.
I started writing those plays some years back, and sometimes I go through titles, because it was basically supposed to be about a single parent father falling in love with a woman from New York City.
Okay.
And that's basically what it was, So, and in the midst of writing this, I said, no, I got to change the title because it seems like the ex-wife wants to start trouble. Now that he's trying to find new maid, he's moving on with his life.
Right.
He became a single parent. He has primary custody, even though the child still sees the mom.
Right.
So now that he's moving on, he's found the love interest. She wants to start trouble. So that's what made me think of, okay, this is trouble in Johnny's house.
Okay.
She's trying to start trouble.
Okay.
So so he won't have a love interest because she's miserable.
Okay. Now, what was the other one that I was in, Clark, that I actually played the mom who lost a child?
Ooh, that was called A Praying Father.
A Praying Father. That was so deep to me.
That was called A Praying Father.
That was so. Now, where did you come up with that? That was. You know what, that play there, it really touched.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I said, all of your plays, what I love about it is, you can get the reality of it. I love how you throw the humor in it. And you can also relate, people can relate to it.
Exactly.
And it's just amazing. But that one there was definitely like that one there was heart touching.
Yeah. You played the mother to a child that
that had
passed away.
Right.
Yeah, she had passed away,
and she gave her
bone marrow before she passed.
Right.
She gave her bone marrow to another family whose child was dying from leukemia.
Listen, I'm telling y'all better get out here and check out Clyburn's plays. I'm telling you, it's getting better and better and better. I mean, Clark is warming his plays up more and more and more.
Thank you.
I mean, he is doing his thing. I'm telling you, he's going to be the next Tyler Perry. So y'all better get out here and y'all better check my boy Clark Clyburn out. But Clark, let's talk about the upcoming play that you have August 13th, 2023 at the museum in Newark, New Jersey.
Yes.
The tickets are $25. $25. We have tickets on hand. Clark have tickets on hand because you cannot pay at the door.
No.
This is a Sunday play, guys. You could bring your family out. You could bring your mate out. It's called A Homeless Woman. I guarantee you guys are going to love it. This play is so deep and it's such a reality play that we can all relate to this day.
Yes.
So, Clark, tell us, how did you come up with this homeless woman?
Oh, well, a lady who came and saw my play when I did Newark Symphony Hall, when I did Down by the Hudson, before you.
Okay.
When I did Down by the Hudson, she enjoyed it. She came up to me and she said she's an author.
Okay.
She had just wrote this book called The Glory of God.
Okay.
Kimberly Wilson. And, I don't read a lot of other people's books, not a lot, but every once in a while, one to catch my eye. So I was reading her book and I just couldn't put it down. I said, wow, this woman has a story. So it was my first screenplay based on a true story, somebody else's story. And her story is definitely other people's story as well. So when I read that, I said, no, I got to do a screenplay on this. You know what I mean? So I thank God that he, allowed me to read the book, come up, with a screenplay. Because when you're reading somebody's book, it's not easy doing a screenplay on it because it's like you got to come up with a story within a story.
Right. Okay.
And I just felt like her story was so great and so moving because it deals with abuse, physically, mentally.
Yes.
It put her in the place of homelessness.
Right.
And she was raised in the church by her grandparents. She was raised in the church.
I know, she's my friend Brenda.
Yeah, exactly. You play her
Candace.
friend, and your character basically brings her back.
Right.
brings her back to Christ.
Right.
So we're not going to give it away.
Right.
But your character brings her back to Christ, which is very important.
Right.
Which is the turning point.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's a moving play.
Right.
You know, a lot of people will relate to it, or they will know somebody who's gone through that.
Right.
That's what I do with my plays. Sometimes I
Right.
put myself in that situation,
Okay.
like a praying father.
Right.
You know, I put myself in a situation whereas by me being a father myself, what would I do if my son was sick like that
Right.
with cancer?
Right.
There's a lot of parents that go through that.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of praying mothers. You
Right.
know, my mother still prays. You
Right.
know. There's a lot of praying mothers out there, but there's a lot of praying fathers out there
Right.
as well. And I wanted to show,
Right.
you know, when that father prays,
Yes, I remember that.
you know, prayer makes a difference no matter
Yes,
who's
that was
praying.
my husband.
Yes.
Yes, in the play.
When a father prays,
Yes, that was deep.
It's deep. So with this play here, the triumph of a homeless woman,
Right.
the story of an overcomer,
Right.
she overcame some obstacles
Yes.
that for most people in the world,
Right.
would
That will
die
give
from.
you chills.
Yeah.
That will give you chills.
Exactly.
Now, I know in this play, let's shout out some of your characters that's in the play. I know we have comedian Michelle Cookie
man.
Benson.
Oh yes.
We have Dinky.
Binky. Yeah, Binky.
We have
Michelle, you know, I remember Michelle performing with Monique Scott, and I remember seeing her perform at the Masonic Temple, and when I was writing Trouble in Johnny's House, she played the judge.
Okay.
And I'm looking at her, I'm like, I see her playing the judge.
Yeah.
You know?
What was that play we was in?
Trouble in Johnny's
Trouble in
House.
Johnny's house, and
Trouble
she
in
was
Johnny's
the
House.
judge,
And
right?
she was the judge. So
Right.
Michelle Benson, shout out to Michelle Benson.
Okay.
Shout out to Sir Rich Hurd.
Oh, my God.
Richard is the veteran of the play.
Yes.
He's very good.
Yes.
When he performs, he performs, he wants to win a Tony
Yes.
or an Oscar
Yes.
when he performs.
And what I like about Richard is from working with him as a
Yeah.
cast member, he wants to see everybody grows in the
Exactly.
play. He wants to be helpful. He wants the play to be strong.
Sure.
He wants to help you, you know, connect as, you know, as characters, as
Exactly.
people, you know. So, okay, who else we have? Richard, he's definitely
Linda Winstead. You know, she's
Linda, Miss
another one,
Linda,
a
she's
veteran
great.
of the play. She's very great. And of course, like I said, we have Binky. You know, me and Binky went to
Binky,
school together.
comical,
We're
everything.
family. You know what I mean? He's very good in this play. You have
Janelle, who's the main character.
Who's the main character?
Oh my gosh!
Listen, she's my first Latino actress in the play.
Ooh, give her a round of applause!
Yes,
Shout out to my sister girl Janelle. Yes.
When Janelle reached out to me, you know, I didn't know who Janelle was, but Janelle was involved with a small project that I did, you know, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, I was, you know, such and such and such and such." I was like, "Oh, that was you." I said, "You was quiet." So she had reached out to me because she was wanting to be involved in stage plays.
Okay.
But Janelle, listen.
Yes.
She did a short play that I did called The Testimony of a Prison Mom. She killed it.
Right.
She kills it in this.
Yeah, she's definitely amazing.
Yes, Janelle
She's
Rivera.
definitely amazing.
Yes.
And she's the main character.
She's the main character
of this play, and she is amazing. She
She's
definitely
amazing.
plays her part.
Star Curry.
Star Curry.
You
Yep,
know, and,
she's in there.
Jeanette Gigi.
Jeanette, Gigi, she's in there. I love Gigi. I
Pierce,
love
yes.
Gigi.
Gigi.
I love her line that she has to play
a lot
as
of
the
people know her
stepmom.
as a Tia.
A Tia, yep.
But I know her as Gigi. You know,
Right.
Gigi's from the Pound.
Right,
Where
okay.
where some of my family is from.
Okay.
Alabama Projects back in
Okay.
the day. Gigi is excellent.
Yeah, she's good.
Star is excellent.
Yeah, Star is good.
Star is very good.
Yeah.
Star is good. Her son and her cousin is in it.
Janelle's daughter, what's her name?
Oh, China.
China's
China's in it.
China is in it. Yes.
And, it's just a wonderful blessed cast. Kenny.
Kenny, Kenny. Yeah, shout out to Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
He's definitely good. And this is my first time meeting him as well. And you know what else that I like about your plays, Clark? It seems like when we all get together, no matter if it's somebody's first time trying it, first time coming together, being in a play, everybody just make everybody feel so comfortable.
Exactly.
You know, the way we do our lines, we want to teach each other. We try to make each other strong in it. You know, we just show so much love. And what I love about also too connecting with you, you always make sure we pray.
Yes.
You always make sure we pray. You know, you always make sure there's some kind of prayer involved. And you know, I just feel like some of any and everything that you kind of do in life when you want to connect and stay connected, and you want people to know that we're putting our faith, our trust. We want to thank God, while we're doing this. And also, I just love how you like to thank God for just giving you the ideals to create, the creativity, your characters that, you pick. Okay, we have a call coming in. Hello and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. Oh, you teased me with that sound, Marv. I thought that was a call. I thought that was a call. Well, listen, we have a few comments in the post, Clark. So if anyone would like to just call in, say hello, shout yourself out, even if you're in the play like Michelle Benson and you want to call in and shout yourself out, feel free to call in, give us your feedback. Like I said, we want you guys to come out and actually see this play that's coming August 13th in Newark, New Jersey. We excited about it. It's definitely going to be a play that you don't want to miss. You could bring your family out, your mate out. I'm telling you guys are really going to enjoy this play. So do you have anything else after this? I know you plan to keep writing. I know. Do you want to bring any of your other plays back? Trouble in Johnny House is funny. I love Trouble in Johnny House.
I would love to bring Trouble in Johnny's House back.
Okay.
I would love to bring Black on Black Crime back.
Okay, yeah. I don't know about that one.
I would love to bring that back.
I hear it's so good.
And I would love to have you involved in that as well.
Okay.
And then there's another play that I would love to have bring back that I was only able to do once. It's called Hip Hop Spelling Bee.
I heard you talk about that.
And what that was, it involved gang life. It was an anti-gang play. What we had in there, we had 2 male gangs, 1 female gang. A lot of times we just focus on the guys that are in gangs. You had some females that are in gangs. So we had 2 male gangs who were at it with each other.
Okay.
So the whole purpose of that play was they got in trouble. They all got in trouble. And for them to stay out of juvenile jail, for them to graduate on time, they had to participate in the spelling bee contest. So not only did they know how to spell the words, they had to know the meaning behind the words. So the whole purpose was, for people to use their minds for something educational that will last them a lifetime.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Rather than use a gun or a knife to kill each other. So that's basically what that was about.
Oh, you definitely probably need to bring that back, especially with all the chaos out here now.
So, I would love to bring that back as well.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a challenge just to get those kids, like those many kids, to be involved, So but I would love to bring that back.
Okay. Now we have a phone call coming through, Mr. Clark Clyburn. Hello and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. Marv, you changed the ringtone on me. Hello and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. We can't hear you, Marv. We can't hear her.
Michelle, what's going on, Michelle?
Michelle, we can't hear you. Are you on speaker or? No, we can't hear you. Now it sounds like you got an old school phone. Are you on an Obama phone or are you on an iPhone? Michelle? Okay, say something now, Michelle. Michelle, don't call us from that Obama phone. You can't get no service from that. Call us from your house number then. Call us back, Michelle. Okay, it might work now because it's louder. Hello and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. No, we still can't hear you.
Hello and welcome to Shady Talk. Hello, T.
Yes.
Hi, this is Teresa.
Oh, hi, Teresa.
Hi. Am I live?
You're live, yeah. Wait, hold on 1 second, Teresa. Marv, it's kind of echoing in here from the speaker. Hold on 1 second, Teresa. That's your sister, Clark.
Yeah, that sounds like my sister.
Uh-huh. Marv, do you think the speaker in here is too loud? Oh, let's see. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get you connected.
Can I give another shout out?
Yeah.
I want to give another shout out to another gentleman who I also kind of started out in the beginning before I started doing stage plays. Mm-hmm. His name is Mr. Lewis Cole.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a writer, producer, director as well.
Okay.
For Now Theater production, he has.
Okay.
He's had that for some years now, at least 30 years or more.
Okay.
So I just want to give a big shout out to Mr. Lewis Cole.
Okay.
He did an independent film back
Okay.
in '95, around the time my son was born, and it was based on a true story about somebody from Patterson. I kind of forgot what it was about, but he had put me on to that.
Oh, okay,
You know, we
nice.
had this old 1950 something car, you know, and we filmed some of it on North Main Street.
Oh, nice.
So big shout out to Mr. Lewis Cole as well.
Okay, Mr. Lewis Cole. Big shout out to you. So, Marv, are we getting the phone system together or what? We hear something coming out of this speaker here. Teresa, are you still on?
Yes.
Okay, I'm wondering, is it something you need to turn down?
Okay.
Okay, we can hear you though.
So what about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
That's better.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Hey.
that's better.
Oh, okay. Hey, brother.
Hey, sis. How's it going?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going good. I'm sitting here watching the interview. It's a great interview.
Thank you. Let me tell you something about my sister Teresa. Okay, not only is she smart, beautiful, but you know, and sometimes people may look at me, but let me tell you something. She's the patriarch of the family. You
Oh,
know?
nice.
Even though I'm older than she is, but she's really like the really stronghold of our family. You know what I
Wow.
mean? She really keeps it together. You know?
Yeah, Teresa, ever since I've known her, she's always been a beautiful person,
Yeah,
inside and out.
yeah,
Always been
yeah.
pleasant, always stayed the same. I
Yeah.
can't say nothing changed about Risa.
Yeah.
Risa always been
Yeah.
that
And-
Risa.
Exactly. You know, and we love our family. You know, we love our relatives. We love our family. You know, and you know, we do the best we can to show that love.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
But she's definitely the patriarch
I
of
can
our
see
family.
that. I can
you
see
know.
that.
But this is about you, brother. This is not about me. I'm just calling in to say how proud I am of you. And
Thank you.
And the passion that you have about your plays is amazing.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you.
hard work, your dedication, and I know I'm not there, you know, all the time for the support. But you know my plate.
Oh yeah.
You know what's going on with me. But
Oh,
I just
exactly.
wanted to call in to let you and the world, whoever's listening, know, you know, how proud I am of you. And you know, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call if you need me. You know I'm there.
Oh yeah.
But keep winning. Keep pursuing your dream. God has your back. We all love you. We praying for your success. And and your plays are amazing. And you know, and me and my family will be at the upcoming play too next month. I
Okay.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, sis. Thank you.
Thank you, T,
All
for
right,
calling
T.
in.
No problem. All right. Have a
Okay.
good one, guys.
You too.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I think we have another caller. Hello, welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
It's Pinky.
Hey, Hey, Bink.
Bink.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
What's going
What's
on?
up?
Binky is one of the characters.
Yes.
He's one of the actors. I don't know why I keep saying characters.
He's one of
the actors that's in the play.
Yes, he's very, very talented. He's come a long way.
And he does play a character though.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so used to everybody. What's up, boss?
What's going on? What's going on? Y'all better make that money for me. You understand?
Ow.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to say for everybody, Clark, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate in all your plays and everything. Listen, everything that you've been doing, you've been a blessing to my life, man, and nothing but the stars. You understand? I want everybody out there that can see this. I want everybody to come out and see these man plays. I'm telling you, y'all don't know what y'all missing.
Thank you, family. And like I said, I'm proud of you too, man. Keep up the great work, man.
Yes,
we've been through a lot over the years, man. But we're still here, thank God, man.
Listen, only God did this. You understand?
Absolutely.
You and Tawanda, y'all brought this out of me. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about this.
No, Bink, you good. I love acting with you. I love watching you act. I love working with you. You are amazing, Bink. You are definitely a character. You're fun to be around. You always go top for your characters and go all out. I love it.
Listen, I just love this thing that we doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want God to bless it 110%, 10 times fold.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He will.
Clark, Tawana, y'all keep doing y'all thing. You know I got a bad reception out in these mountains, so I'm not gonna be.
Yeah,
out here
you
too
go ahead
long.
before
y'all keep doing y'all do things.
You go ahead before the bear gets you, because we need you on August 13th. Thank you for calling in, Bink.
Thank you, Bink.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow. I think we have one more call, right? Hello, welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. It's probably Michelle. Oh, Michelle Benson, if you want to call back real quick, hurry up. Call us back while the line is open. Clark, can you tell them one more time the play information?
Sure. The play is called The Triumph of a Homeless Woman. The Story of an Overcomer. It's going to be at the Newark Museum of Art, the Billy Johnson Theater on 45 Washington Street, Newark, New Jersey. Okay, it's going to be from 5 to 7:30, 5 o'clock sharp. Doors will open at 4 o'clock. And like Tawana said, tickets will not be sold at the door. They made that specific. Tickets will not be sold at the door. You can Zelle me at 862-944-4196. Or you can text or call me, and I can give you hard copy tickets. We can meet. Either way, as long as you have your tickets before August 13th. So we'd love to have you come out and see this play, and we thank you already in advance for your support. And I just want to give one more shout out, if it's okay with Tawana.
Let's do it.
I want to give a shout out to all the past cast members that were with me from the start. Like Brother Thomas, Sister Taisha Henderson, but she's married now.
Okay.
I can't think of her married name, but Taisha Henderson, Sister Wise, Brother Dwayne Hilbert, like I said, Sister Felicia Wise, and Brother John, his wife, and everybody that was with me in the past. I want to give them a shout out as well too, and thank God for them from my humble beginnings as well.
Right. All right.
And thank God for my family. Like I said, my sisters, my mom, my dad, who's no longer here. God rest his soul.
Okay.
I just want to thank my family and my son, Xavier, as well. I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's a part of this. Right. That's helped shape and mold me through Christ.
Right. All right.
And yourself as well.
Oh, no problem. I love it. I'm drama.
And a shout out to the Dukes family as well. Nicole and Hope, Jalen, Pastor Marquise. That family has been a blessing to me as well.
Yes. Well, I want to thank all of my followers. I want to thank everybody who tuned in on Facebook. I want you guys to go to Shady Talk Wednesday if you can and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I want to get my YouTube channel followers up. I also want to let you guys know that this is a platform where I do offer for you guys to come and promote your business. If you want to get yourself out there, if you want to tell people who you are, what you have going on, it could be an entrepreneur, it could be a hustler, you could be an artist, you could be a singer, you could be a poet, you could be a nurse, you could be a doctor, you could be a dancer, you could be a bicycle rider. Whatever you feel that you have and you've been praying on it and it's your vision and it's your dream, feel free to inbox me. I can give you more information how to become a guest on the Shady Talk Wednesday podcast. You could come in live. You can also be zoomed in if you can't make it live. We can make a way so your interview can go live. So if you're looking to do any of those things, promote yourself, get yourself out there, I am your girl. I am willing to open my platform to you all out there. I know how it is to want to get yourself out there, to let people know what's going on. You know, I want us all as a community or as girl power or as sisters and brothers to continue to keep supporting one another, telling people about us, telling people, you know, sharing the word, even if just sharing the word. All people need to know is to hear about it, tell somebody what you know, what's going on. I always try to keep a positive, thing going on my platform in life, just period. I want to shout everybody out, my mom, my daughter, my girlfriend, my son who's down south, my grandson, everybody who's always there to support me, rather it's physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. My best friend, Nikki, down in Atlanta, my boo Mook, everybody. I just want to thank you all, for your continuous support and just, even though the people who I don't see, just always just supporting me somehow, like I said, from anything that I do. And I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I tell people all the time, I don't only do this for me, I do it for us. I want us to shine. So when I shine, we all shine.
That's
when Clark shine, everybody shine.
Absolutely.
It's like, ooh, we from Patterson. We from the same town. We from we grew up together.
That's right.
So once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, all my followers. Everybody who's just been on this journey with me, with everything that I've been, doing and trying to get into and grow into. So I want to thank you as well, Mr. Clark Clyburn, the producer, the writer of his plays.
Thank you.
We're going to continue to pray that you grow. And I'm not even going to compare you to Tyler Perry. I want to say that I pray that you reach your own level
Absolutely.
of jeopardy. Absolutely. And, getting yourself out there and, you becoming Clark Clyburn, the playwright and the play director coming out of Patterson, New Jersey. So I want to thank you again, Clark, for allowing me to be a part of your plays and act in them. I always tell you I love it. I enjoy it. I love your writing. I love everything about what you're doing. So thank you so much, Clark, for coming on the Shady Talk Wednesday. I pray that, this interview go worldwide and, we do reach some people to come out that the whole museum is packed. On August the 13th. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on Shady Talk Wednesday. See you soon.
Thank you very much.